Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for another presentation. It's Savannah, Marketing Director with North Star Senior Advisors here. And a little bit of background about North Star. We help seniors and families locate senior living options in the Central Florida area, assisted living, memory care, and independent living. And so today I want to talk to you all about memory care, what it really entails, is it beneficial, and does it really help? And so I want to first explain what memory care is. So memory care is similar to an assisted living community, and they offer similar attributes, right? But they are different because it's geared toward those with Alzheimer's and other dementia-related diseases. And so there are different attributes in memory care. All communities are different and unique in their own memory care community, but I want to kind of talk about the attributes today with you that are common throughout them and go through them with you, right? Because a lot of families we help, they know what memory care is, or they may not know what memory care is, but they don't know all the benefits to it. And so I want to start out first by explaining that memory care is more comprehensive and also costs more than assisted living, right? So the average cost of memory care is about $4,500 a month. It's about $1,000 more than the average cost of assisted living. And this is really due to the fact that there's more oversight and care. There's more supervision in memory care, right? When someone goes into memory care, they might be in a different stage in dementia than someone else there. So some may require more care, some may not, but they have that there just in case. Also, it's good to know that the majority of memory cares are all inclusive of care. Not all of them are, but most of them are. And that's another reason why it costs a little bit more, because the care is included. In assisted living, the care is additional. But it's good to know that not all of them are like that. Some do charge levels of care as well in memory. But when you do work with us, we're going to provide those options to you, different memory care options based on your loved one's needs, right? So we're definitely going to narrow it down and guide you to the ones that can ultimately accommodate your loved one. So another important aspect about memory care is the care staff is trained accordingly, right? There's training that takes place, and then there's ongoing training as well. So it's really good to know that, because you may not know that, right? So the training that happens, it does definitely happen to the care staff that's taking care of your loved one, but a lot of the time, or it's not uncommon for the entire community to be trained as well. The chef, the receptionist, different employees like that may be trained in memory care, which is great because it's good when everyone's on the same page and can help out if needed. Also, when touring these memory care communities, right now it's virtual, but when touring them, there's a list of questions that should be asked as well. When you work with us, we'll provide you with a checklist of questions, but it's good to ask about the training. You know, how often is it being done? Who does receive the training? What it entails? So those are important questions to ask as well. Another attribute with memory care, it is similar to assisted living, as I mentioned. They do provide similar services, the 3 meals a day, excuse me, the 3 meals a day, housekeeping, transportation, care, of course, but that's what makes it a little bit different, is that the care is 24/7 and more supervised. Also, in memory care, they have unique layouts, and that brings me to my next points, that they definitely have unique design layouts, and it is based on each individual community. They're all a little bit different, but it's good to know that all memory care communities are secured, and what that means is that they all do provide a keypad access to get in and out, and that's just for the safety of your loved one. A common behavior with dementia may be wandering, and they may leave and not know their way back, so they are in the community protected, and so anyone that leaves will be escorted by a caregiver, but to come in you do have to have a keypad. So all memory cares have that, but there are different, again, attributes for each one. So some memory cares are standalone, right? That's the only thing that they do is memory care. There are memory cares that are also attached to assisted living communities, and that's helpful if your loved one is ready only for assisted living, and then maybe as their dementia may progress, they can always transition to the memory care side. Also, some have researched a lot about dementia and made investments into the community and provide really unique things about them. And so, for example, there's one community that I know that has motion sensors in the room itself. And so it's really neat, because if your loved one in the middle of the night gets up, the motion sensor will send a signal to the nurse's station that they're awake. And even though they are checked on at night, it's good to still have that. That way, if they do get up, you can maybe stop in and see if they need anything. So different attributes like that really make them unique and something to be aware of. Other communities might have different colored plates and toilet seats. I know that sounds weird, but it really does help out because it helps differentiate between the eating and the table or the toilet as well to make sure they know where the toilet is. With memory care, waking up in the middle of the night, it's kind of hazy. So those little things that go into the community really make them unique and really help out those with dementia. Also, it's good to know that memory care is smaller, typically smaller than assisted living, right? Typically in assisted living, it could be a big community, lots of walking around, which memory care can be similar to that, but they're typically a little bit smaller, and the rooms are what's smaller as well. They're usually studio-size apartments, and that's just to make it less overwhelming for your loved one, not a whole lot to worry about, and less is really more in this situation. Also, another great thing about memory care is they include a lot of therapies in their activities. So they have music therapy, aromatherapy, pet therapy. They incorporate all of this. They've done research and shows it really does help improve your loved one's behaviors. So they do a lot of different kinds of therapies. Another important thing to know is with memory care, they do focus on the behaviors, right? So a common behavior is sundowning, which is where your loved one may get a little bit more agitated at nighttime. So a lot of the time, these communities might have activities that are more stimulating during the day or earlier in the day, and then as the night goes on or the day goes on, they may have less stimulating activities and kind of help bring them down, and maybe that aromatherapy and get them into the night. So they keep that into consideration, which is really important. Also, a big thing too about memory care is they help the families. When your loved one goes into community, it is very difficult, and so there's peace of mind there that your loved one is being taken care of. But another great thing about these communities, memory care communities, is that they provide support groups. A lot of them do. So they bring in key speakers. They have support groups available, so you're not alone. You're a part of that community too, so you can go in at any time and join those support groups. I know due to COVID, you're not allowed in the community at the moment, but they might hold it virtually, and then when we are able to go into the communities, they may have them again. So that's really good for families to know. And as I mentioned, they do provide, these memory care communities do provide constant stimulation, lots of activities, as I mentioned, the therapies, but they also provide many activities throughout the day, whether it's singing, playing music, different games, but and before COVID, they would go on outings too, just like assisted living. Right now that's kind of on hold, but hopefully when things are open again, outings will take place, which is great. Your loved one will get out and experience the day as well. So my last point I want to talk about is there can be memory care communities that are residential, right? There's residential assisted living, and there's also memory care residential communities. And what I mean by that, it's basically a home inside of a neighborhood that's secure just like a memory care, and they are licensed, and they have care staff 24/7, but it's a smaller environment. If your loved one gets overwhelmed easily, then it's very important or good to have that option that there is a smaller environment for them. So not a lot of people know that, so I want to make you aware of that as well. And so as I want to wrap up with this, when your loved one moves into a memory care, it's definitely a lot on you, right? There is usually a 2-week minimum to get acclimated to the community. Now, some communities may recommend during that 2-week acclimation period or longer that it might not be best to visit your loved one in case it causes more agitation, but ultimately that should be your preference and up to you based on your loved one's needs. So that's just something to be aware of as well. But right now with COVID, you can't really visit your loved one in the community. However, they are being very creative, and they're providing ways to talk through the glass. There's also tables that they have outside now where you will be 6 feet of social distancing, but you're still able to see your loved one. So they are getting a little bit more creative when it comes to the visitation. And so research is definitely critical in locating a memory care community for your loved one, right? There's a lot in the Central Florida area, and when you work with us, we've done the research for you, right? So you tell us what you're looking for, and we can definitely provide those options. We'll walk you through the process, and we'll be with you every step of the way. So if you are interested in learning more about memory care in Central Florida, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment now, but definitely reach out to us on our website, North Star entail.com. Our phone number is 407-796-1582, but I definitely recommend checking out our website. We have a lot of other videos like this one with informative content. So I appreciate you all joining me today. And again, thank you. We're going to be here again every Wednesday at 11:30, and we appreciate you and your support. So thank you again. Have a great day.